Hi, my name is Natasha CH23A2601, and today I will be explaining about negotiation strategies and ethics from buyer's perspective. So let me begin by summarizing the situation. So the situation is I purchased a pair of shoes on sale, and then the printed receipt clearly stated that the shoes were not refundable or returnable. So I wore them, I tried them at home and it didn't fit me properly. So the next day I returned the shoes, and instead of just calmly explaining myself to the store clerk, I decided to yell at them and then loudly complaining about the store's poor quality service. So this caused a little bit of scene, and then the manager was eventually called, and after a heated discussion, the manager finally agreed to refund my money. So the first ethical standard I analyze is end result ethics. This approach focuses on whether the outcome justifies the means used to achieve it. So in this case, I did get my money back. So in terms of outcome, it was a success. However, the method used, raising my voice and creating pressure through public embarrassment, raises ethical concerns. So it might have worked in my favor, but it did disrespect both the store's policy and the people involved. So while the result was positive for me, the process used to get there may be considered unethical. So the second standard is duty ethics, which emphasizes the importance of following moral obligation, rules, and also responsibility. So in this situation, the rules was clearly communicated: no returns and no refund. So as a buyer, I had the responsibility to acknowledge and accept that policy. By ignoring that obligation and using aggression, I violated my ethical duty as a customer. Even if I was disappointed, I should have handled the issue more professionally. Next, we have social standard ethics, which is focuses on what is considered acceptable behavior in society or in a particular community. So most of us would agree that yelling at a service staff or creating a public disturbance is not an acceptable behavior. Society expects both customers and employees to engage respectfully, especially in public spaces. My behavior in in this case, has broke the unwritten social contract. So it put pressure on the staff and disrupted other customer, which is not appropriate in a professional or societal setting. And next, we have personalities ethics. So the fourth and final standard is personalities ethics. This is based on individual values and conscience. So if I personally believe in honesty, empathy, and treating others with respect, then my behavior in this situation contradicts my own values. Yelling to get what I want reflects my poor emotional control and lack of integrity. Even if I was frustrated, a better choice would have been to calmly explain my discomfort and ask whether there were any alternative, like an exchange or store credit. So that will have aligned with my personal sense of ethics. So from my perspective, I believe duty ethics is the best approach to apply in this case. Rules and policies are put in place for a reason, and respecting them is important even when they are inconvenient. If the shoes will cause discomfort, I could still raise the issue, but in a respectful, composed manner. Instead of demanding a refund, I could have asked if they could make an exception or offer another solution. So that way, I'd be maintaining both ethical behavior and a good relationship with the store. So, would I do this in real life? Honestly, no, I would never behave like that in real life. This is because yelling at staff and making excuses is something I actively avoid, no matter how frustrated I am. It's quite embarrassing to do this. You are a grown adult. But I believe respectful communication is not only more ethical but also more effective. I would calmly explaining the problem and see if there is anything the store could do. Even if they couldn't give me a refund, they might offer a goodwill solution. Being polite opens more doors than shouting ever could. So, in conclusion, ethical negotiation is about more than just getting what you want. It involves being fair, respectful, and maintaining integrity, especially in a professional settings. So, in this situation, although the buyer achieved the desired result, the method was questionable under multiple ethical standards. So the best strategy would be to stay calm, follow policies, and also look for a respectful compromise. So thank you for watching and listening to my presentation. I hope I can see you in the next one. Bye.